So one day after beating the Jets in MetLife, the Bills won up the Jets a day later, actually less than 24 hours later. Earlier today, the Jets finally traded for Devontae Adams. We'll get into that in a minute. And then a few hours later, the Bills acquired Amari Cooper. Huge move. Huge move. Two really big trades. Big day in the NFL. And yeah, these are probably the biggest in season trades that I've seen in quite some time. Trades aren't as crazy as the NBA, NHL. NFL trades are a lot less more low key. So for two star players to get traded like this on the same day is pretty big for the NFL. So a lot of people are clamoring about the Devontae Adams trade and how big that is and how just important and how he could be the savior for the Jets 2-4 season. But I really think the Bills won this day again. I really think the Amari Cooper trade is better, and I'm going to tell you why. One, this is just my opinion, but I know Amari is only technically a year younger than Devontae Adams, but I really genuinely feel that Amari has a lot left more in the tank than Devontae. I know both of them have had their fair share of injuries. That's what happens when you're a star receiver in the NFL. You get a lot of volume, you get the best guys on you. It is what it is, but I feel like Amari has kind of been on ice the past 2 or 3 years since really arriving in Cleveland compared to what Devontae has been doing the past 4 years. Obviously, when he was in Green Bay, high volume, high targets, and with the Raiders a year ago, most of us saw the sound bites from that Netflix show Receivers of just how pissed Devontae was, and just you go back a year ago and you look at those games just from like a fan perspective. He was taking a beating out there, lots of suicide passes from yours truly, Jimmy G, everyone's heartthrob. And I really think he's taken a lot more damage and has a lot more wear on the tires than what Amari has been the last couple of years. So I think that's a huge element going forward. I really think Amari and Josh Allen could be a great 1-2 punch, Batman and Robin type for the next 2 years at least. Year three, we'll see what happens because at that point he'll be 33 years old and we'll really have to kind of reassess things. But honestly, for this year, for a year from now, I really think Amari's going to do really well with Josh Allen, man. He's looked incredible this year so far. I know he kind of slumped in those two losses, but come on, man. Monday Night Football, he looked incredible out there. He was really doing it all. And just to add another piece, I know they haven't had a true number one wide receiver this year in Buffalo, but you have him, you have Knox, you have Kincaid, you have Coleman. It's a pretty good cast now, man. It's a pretty good cast for Josh Allen. Not only that, but he finally has a run game. I know James Cook kind of came on last year, but Bills could be scary, bro. Bills could be really scary. It's just that defense has to kind of figure things out a little bit. But I'm telling you, offensively, this is just heavenly for Bills fans, for Josh Allen. Now, let's get to Devontae Adams. I obviously don't hate this move. It's just everything the Jets have done the past 2 weeks, firing Robert Saleh, acquiring Devontae Adams. Why couldn't they have done this, I don't know, maybe in July, August, first week of September? If they would have done these two moves back then, A+. But you're 2-4. You essentially have to go 9-2, I believe, off the top of my head. So they have to go on a crazy run here. And, they really have no room for error, no margin for error at all. And I know Mike Williams has been kind of the culprit for the last couple of weeks regarding Aaron Rodgers' interceptions, but I know Devontae will be really helpful to this Jets team, but man, they just can't screw up. Like honestly, they could only afford to lose a game or two for the rest of the year. That's it. That's it, man. So will they do it? How clutch are they? I really don't know. And that's another thing too. I really expect Devontae Adams to be a top 10 wide receiver for another 2 years. I really don't expect him to still be in that conversation 3 years from now. Like I said, just a lot of wear on those tires, being Aaron Rodgers A1, for all those years in Green Bay, and then what happened with the Raiders. And then for here, man, he's going to get a lot of plays. He's going to get a lot of volume again, and that's what he should be getting. But at the same time, there's a price for everything, and the price is his longevity. And the Jets traded a third-round pick, potentially a second if they make it to the playoffs. But he has a pretty big contract going forward, and he's locked in for a while. So I don't know how they're going to handle that in the future. Really a win-now move, clearly, and they're really pushing all their chips right in the middle of the table, man. Woody Johnson, Aaron Rodgers, they're either going to bring the Jets franchise back to the glory days of the 60s, or it's all going to crumble and stay kind of where it's been the last 20, 30 years, just kind of in football purgatory. We'll see what happens, man. And by the way, the Bills sent a 3rd and 7th to the Browns for Amari. So not bad, similar prices. And just a quick little side note, the Cowboys traded Amari Cooper to the Cleveland Browns for a 6th-round pick. Jerry Jones, man. I mean, that's a whole other rabbit hole, whole other 20 videos, but man, that dude has to go ASAP with Mike McCarthy, with everyone involved. It's crazy. Imagine if the Bills acquired Amari Cooper for a 6th-round pick today. That would be the heist of the century. And I don't know, man. I'm getting off track. just a little side note, just to compare the two competent quote-unquote GMs from one to another. Brandon Beane, Jerry Jones. Come on, bro. What the? Just no words there. But yes, similar compensations for Devontae Adams and Amari Cooper. And I think it's fair. I think definitely fair compensations. I don't think either of them are worth a second. Maybe you can make an argument, but no more than that. So I feel like a 3rd-round pick is very fair for both sides. So yeah, man, let me know who you think won each trade. Who do you think made the better move for their franchises, the Bills or the Jets? Let me know in the comments. Just super excited to see what Amari Cooper and Josh Allen can do in the playoffs. Meanwhile, it's going to be fun to see Devontae and Aaron play again, and every game matters at this point. Every game is a playoff game. I wish I could say, I hope I see them in January linking up, going on a crazy Super Bowl run, but I just don't think that's very realistic at this point in time. I know a lot can change, but I really like the move. The Bills made a lot more than the Jets did with Devontae Adams. It makes a lot more sense for the now and the future, and for the Jets, it just obviously complete desperation mode run by two power-hungry, wacko kind of guys just saying screw it in Woody Johnson and Aaron Rodgers. So I don't know, man. You tell me who won the day, the Bills or the Jets. Let me know in the comments. If you made this far, please subscribe. It'd help out your boy a lot. That's all I got for right now, man. Peace.
Bills approach the line, and they're going with their jumbo package. Williams there to take him down.
When you run the football like this and you show toughness, there is no doubt when you fake it and try to throw the football down the field, the quarterback's going to have all day to get it done.
The Broncos from the 37. Looking for some daylight up the middle. He's tackled beyond the markers. It's a first down.
Well, when you know you can win the game, but just running the football, then you just run the football. Take no chances. Keep two hands around it at all times, and don't worry about the extra yard.
Phil, before we go, how about this win? How much will this one count?
You know, Jim, all wins are nice. This one was done easy. You didn't have to sweat too much over it. You feel good, and you just enjoy the next couple days.
For Phil Simms and all the crew at EA Sports, Jim